YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, back on Total War Warhammer, and I am going to be doing a live Greenskins versus Dwarf battle. And I realize now that I took the Orc Shaman, and I really wish that I would have taken the Night Goblin Shaman, because he would have had... I mean, Fist of Gork only works on one ally, so it's not very good. Okay, this one's good. Here we go. We'll combine that. That'll do good, and then this Breath spell might be worthwhile if we can get in a good position, too. Brain Burst is pretty crappy. Okay, yeah. We'll have some stuff to use. It won't be bad. So let's roll Savage Orcs on the flank, and let's get some Black Orcs spread out across the center. Let's lead them with a... Let's see. I have a Night Goblin and some Wolf Riders. I'm gonna roll Night Goblins and the Wolf Riders straight behind the enemy, and I'm going to try and harass them with that. Let's actually put Grimgor right in the middle of the Black Orcs. That's where he belongs. At least as far as I'm concerned. And let's take the Boar Boys to the far flanks. If they have gyrocopters, I'm kind of in trouble. Actually, I just thought about that. So if they brought gyrocopters, I'm about to regret it. If they did, I'm just going to have to rush their army and try and kill it. And kill it in a big hurry. Okay, let's see. Let's take everything over here except for the Doom Divers. Let's start the battle. Yeah, I wanted some sneaky deployment so that I could try and get in behind artillery if they bring it, and they did. Let's go ahead and start swinging this way. I'm going to immediately start firing on the cannons. Let's come get some of these guys around here. What are we up against? Hammers, Longbeards, lots of Longbeards. Blasting charges on one side, 3 Quarrelers, Ungrim Iron Fist. Can't say I'm hugely worried here. Let's get out here to the flank pretty quick. Why is my whole army faster? Numbskulls. Okay. Alright, Gobos. Let's take this. Move up over here. Boy, it's going to take me a while to get all my guys in the right position just because of the way he deployed, so that's going to work nice for him. I don't want to get too hasty here with my Wolf Riders and Night Goblins, so let's just move them up. Taking some nasty hits on these Black Orcs already. Jeez, lost 12 men from cannon fire? Good heavens. Well, I'll start trading fire with them. I don't know if he sees my Wolf Riders or not. Let's get my Boar Boys working to the flanks. Lots of lag here. It's one of the joys of doing live battles. I wonder if Foot of Gork would work very well on the cannon. It probably would. I don't know. I'm thinking about trying it on the hammers. It just doesn't do all that much damage. Let's hold off. Move the Night Goblin back. This Orc unit is completely wrecked. Orcs are so slow. They are crazy slow. I think what I'm going to do is hit these Longbeards on the flanks and bust on through with my Boar Boys. He knows that I have units behind him. Good. Still thinking... I'm going to change targets to the hammers because I'm not doing any damage to the cannons, and the cannons are damaging me, though. Damaging me badly. How much do I need for the... Here we go. I need 11 for that one. Let's try a Foot of Gork and see if it works on his cannon. Cannon's not a particularly powerful unit, so see if we can get lucky. Wow. Foot of Gork did absolutely nothing to the cannon. What a... Why is Foot of Gork so pathetic versus everything other than what you would expect? Let's bring these guys in. Okay, we're going to move in. in some goblins, bring in these guys over here. I'm gonna charge after these guys, get the savage orcs into the flanks. Can't get here fast enough too. Night goblin, or the orc war boss, or orc. Okay. These guys are facing the wrong direction. Let's hit them with the wolf riders real quick. Let's pull the wolf riders back. We're gonna smash through with the boar boys here and get to the quarrelers. Okay, got the main line engagement started. Let's bring some reinforcements there. My guys ended up blobbing up in the center. Let's go ahead and use the special abilities. Let's bring one of these guys under center. Go ahead and charge there, please. Wolf riders pull out of that. Let's bring in the night goblins, finish the work. Wolf riders get into the cannons. Swing the wolf riders over, my boar boys. Let's try and pull them out and get these guys in. Okay, the wolf riders got into the cannons. Let's get up here. Let's get the, here we go. Let's get into these quarrelers. Got the guys with blasting charges, so this hasn't been super well managed by me, but it's going. We've been able to disrupt most of the dwarf units. Grimgore, let's try and attack Ungrim, and here we should be able to get to these quarrelers. I got to the other quarreler unit with the wolf riders. Let's pull the boar boys back out of this fight. Yeah, we got those quarrelers pretty decently. Let's go for more quarrelers over here. The infantry engagement should be going real well for us. Ungrim is getting absolutely owned by Grimgore, as one would expect. Let's see what else we got over here. Let's try and use it. Let's see if we can get in position to use a breath spell. They don't get used very often. Okay, my night goblins chewed those guys up. We can get into these quarrelers. My guys are doing really well. Let's bring our... Actually, there's not even really a dwarf line here to use our breath spell on. Let's just drop in. Here we go again here. Yeah, we've pretty well pummeled the Dawi here. They didn't have a whole lot of chance. My wolf riders did a good job there. And let's see, the night goblins. Yeah, the night goblins cleaned up those. They cleaned up those miners, no problem. Let's pull them through here. Got the quarrelers out. Let's go get these quarrelers. Oh, whoops. Alright, well, we got it. So we managed to win. Greenskins definitely just a superior pick here. I don't even know where we're at here. 31, I guess. Let's go watch some of these engagements up close since I don't get to see them there. See who did well. Black Orcs, as expected, pummeled the center. Grimgore pummeled Ironhide. Savage Orcs doing pretty decent. Boar Boys getting into the skirmishers. Doomdiver, hopefully it softened up the hammers just a little bit there in the end. Their cannons killed a fair number of my Black Orcs. These Night Goblins did great. Honestly, for what they cost, they absolutely racked that miner unit. So Shaman gave me the Here We Go, so that helped chew up the dwarf line a little faster, so nothing wrong with that. I would have preferred the, I think the Little Wa actually is better for like a more of an orc melee rush. It's got like the Itchy Nuisance and the Stabba, like Stabba or whatever it is. I don't know, it's ridiculous, but it's got some good stuff. Okay, so let's check this out from the beginning. I'm going to fast forward so we can get down to the parts of the battle that actually were exciting. I mean, the dwarf build here, if you think about going up against the Greenskins, Longbeards, definitely not really the choice you want. They're very expensive, and they're really not going to kill anything more than a dwarf warrior for a whole lot more cost. I really like the Quarrelers. Quarrelers are always a solid pick. Ungrim's never a bad pick. The Cannons can be a good pick versus the Greenskins because they can have like boar boys and stuff like that, but I would like to have seen an organ gun, as I think that it would have been a lot more deadly. That Foot of Gork was just absolutely disappointing. I mean, you can't even stomp out a measly artillery unit. That's crazy. It is just apparently only meant for ethereal units. Grimgore is under fire from the Quarrelers, but it's not going to do much. Look at the, yeah, the Doom Divers definitely did a little bit of damage to the Hammers. But so if you look at the coordinated attack here from around the map with the Goblins who forward deployed, this is what's going to cause a lot of mayhem for the Dwarfs. And let's watch the mainline charges here. Should be fun. Okay, here comes the Black Orcs. These guys are way more than a match for anything but the Hammers, and even the Hammers, if they've gotten damaged too much, will struggle. And then with Grimgore in the middle of all this, it's going to get ugly. And here's where the fast-moving Wolf Riders are going to come in. The Boar Boys have smashed through this flank and gotten to the Quarrelers, which is exactly where I want them. And then, like I said, I've just got Wolf Riders and all the other stuff. Here we got a nice charge into the back of those Miners. Yeah, Wolf Riders are very, very quick cavalry. Very nice for pinning down stuff like Quarrelers. And here I'm going to get the cannon. So immediately getting into the cannon, make sure that they're not going to do any good. Let's check out these Night Goblins. They're not a unit that gets seen a whole lot. The blasting charge is getting thrown at them, but these Night Goblins don't really seem to care. And they are going to get in here and use their pointy little hats and give these Miners the business. They actually do really well there. Check out some of the other fights here. Boar Boys have penetrated through. That's what they're good for. And then you got the Savage Orcs here with their... Check out the Boar Boys. The Orcs just have some really cool looking units. I mean, I don't know. They're just fun. They really have their own niche there in terms of looking unique and carrying the big, giant, scary looking weapons. Just get some nice cinematics up on all this fight since you all know what happens from the tactical view from earlier. Yeah, I mean, it's just... Yeah, in my opinion, the Orcs definitely have a one-up all over the Dwarves, all over them. So these and then Ungrim here just absolutely mauled by Black Orcs and Grimgore. Grimgore is a beast when it comes to melee with other lords. It is, I mean, you do not want to be in melee with them. It is ugly. I'm trying to see if I get these Night Goblins here. Those Night Goblins, man. Absolutely shredded that. They're a pretty quick little unit. I like that. Look at them moving around real quick, little devils. Yeah, here comes the Boar Boys going to get into the Quarrelers. Quarrelers are pretty decent melee, so they can fight off a unit like a Wolf Rider sometimes. But yeah, they're definitely not going to be a match for a heavier cavalry like the Boar Boys. Look at these Night Goblins running around hacking up the retreating Miners. You gotta love the Goblins, man. They really are a lot of fun. They add a lot of character to a Greenskin army. Yeah, these Dwarfs are wrecked. Wolf Riders. Yeah, even Wolf Riders, if you use that Here We Go on the Wolf Riders, they can get dangerous too. They get enough attack. Like 58 attack extra on the Wolf Riders will make them pretty nasty. They don't have a lot of weapon damage, but it'll make them knock out a skirmisher unit real quick. And I've seen people do that where they sometimes will deploy you know, like a Goblin Shaman and stuff with the Wolf Riders. So it's a fun battle. I like doing Greenskins versus Dwarfs, even though I definitely think it favors the Greenskins. It's kind of like a fun rivalry matchup. So thanks to Nick Wissing for the game there. It was fun. Hope y'all enjoyed this one. HeirofCarthage signing out. I'll see you back soon. In fact, I think the next time I come back, I'm going to show you this other Blade Balance replay where he's got some giants here, Greenskins versus Warriors of Chaos. So we'll see how that one turns out. See you then.